Okay, I said war. War is an interesting topic, a very, very interesting topic. In fact, I think that's the only topic in the world that deals with the issue of life and death. That is the only topic where mankind think of how to kill and to kill effectively. Where your every moment, every waking moment is all to think of how to kill people better so that they don't ever get up. You go to bed praying to God to give you inspiration to be able to create things that can destroy mankind. Now, there's this question we've always been asking, that I've been asking forever. Can war be eradicated? Can we stop war? Can we just wake up tomorrow and say, no, we are tired of this killing thing. We need peace. Can war be eradicated? If your answer is no, why? If your answer is yes, why? Why can't war be eradicated? Since the dawn of creation, mankind has been using that thing. Every time we shout that people die, Israel has been bombing Gaza. Even the last one they said was they bombed one children's hospital within Gaza. And Israel has not stopped. It's still mobilizing. Russia attacked Ukraine. Ukrainians are dying. Ukraine attacked Russia. Has now entered into Russian territory. Yes, now. So if war is that bad, and I think that was why they created the League of Nations, it failed. Then they created the UNO. The primary responsibility of the UNO is to maintain international peace and security. Now, see, shockingly, members of the UNOs are the one killing. You created the UNO to eradicate all form of killing and the rest of the. But the members of the UNO are the ones killing. In 1928, they signed in Europe or in the West, in the world, they call it the world, the treaty to bring all. The major powers signed then, Britain, France, they even tried to drag America. Even they dragged Germany. It was the same Germany that started the Second World War in 1939. So what is it about war? Is war a cause? Have we been caused? Can war be eradicated? No. The general answer with that thing that you said is simple now. It's because war is a tool. It is not good and it is not bad. That is why. When it is useful, you pick it up. When it is not, you lie that you're a peaceful person. Yorubas have a saying that if your hand is not strong enough, you don't ask for the person that killed your father. Abi? But when your hand is also, you are preaching peace. Because you are not strong enough. But when you are strong enough now, exactly, then you now remember that your hand can do. So that is why war has always been fascinating, because it's a tool and it's a beautiful business. So it is when you are not capable that you lie. That is why I'm against liberalism forever. That you're a peace lover, you're a peacemaker. When Germany was not strong, Germany joined the League of Nations. Germany signed an agreement with all the other European states. And when she had that peace, she used that peace to build up itself. And when she became strong, 1939, she showed them shaggy. And that was why we sometimes say diplomacy is one of the most useless tools in the hand of any state. You only use diplomacy to build yourself up, to secure your border. For a man of peace, I don't want wahala. You do your thing, and I do my thing. Then when I feel I'm strong enough to take over, then I'll take over your state or district. War is not a cause, and it is not a blessing. And like you've correctly tried to point out here, war is like your pen that you are using. It's like your phone that you are using. Does that mean the phone the kidnapper uses to call you to demand for ransom? Does that mean the phone is cursed? No. The phone is just a tool. The phone is just a tool. God said marry Adam and Eve, then you do something with marriage, you procreate. Marriage serves a function. If it does not serve from that function, I doubt people will actually be interested in marrying. See, that is the only way mankind can replicate itself. That is the business of marriage. It's just that simple. So what is just a tool? That you use that thing to achieve an objective. Anyway, that's a realist version that I subscribe to. All of that was irrelevant. So you cannot pray war against. You cannot pray against war. You cannot bless war. You only pick it as a tool to achieve your objective. So that is why Russia is doing what it is doing. Russia is not good and Russia is not bad. And that is why Israel is doing what it is doing. That was why the Hamas attacked Israel, October 7th. It is not good. See, they are doing that thing to achieve their objective. It is just that simple. War is a tool you use to achieve an objective. So before we go far again, a quick definition. There are different definitions they've given about war. Unbelievable thousands of definitions. That they are still creating more definition every day about what war is. There are some that are outright stupid and simplistic, and there are some that you have to think deeply to actually understand. The godfather of war, the best book that's ever been written on war, was the one written by Clausewitz on war. That's why they call him the greatest theoretician and practician of war. They are still studying that, but that man died in the 17th century. They are still studying his work till today in every military academy in the world. And that's on war. That volume, they are still studying that thing till today. That is what they call the Bible of war. itself. He said war is war is the continuation of politics by other means. War is even that tells you that war is a tool. He said war is the continuation of politics. He said it is the use of the force to compel, to compel someone, to bend someone to your will. So it means war serves a purpose. You are not just interested in killing because you want to kill. No, you must have a reason for that killing. So you use force to compel someone to your will, to bend someone to your will. So that means your will is the objective. You want the person to do that thing. Russia has been pounding Ukraine for a reason. Hamas attacked Israel for a reason. Remember, it's not out of just madness. They have a reason. Every war has an objective. You have a reason for using that tool. And all wars are political. We'll get to that by the time I'm through with that definition. Though presently there is one definition that is going all around. Well, I tend to disagree with the definition, but me, I'll tell you, Sha. And that definition was started by KJ Holstein. When I came across that definition in early 2000, I laughed. So I didn't know the thing will actually carry steam. He said, war is any major conflict with a casualty figure that's above 1,000. So I now said in my mind, so if it is not when they are killing people, we have to count until it is 1,000 before it is. That's 1,000 casualty figure within a year. So if Boko Haram has been killing Nigeria and it's not up to 1,000, it is not war. It can only be war when that figure, if I mean, I just said they picked that number arbitrarily. Why not 2,000? Why not 500? Why 1,000? But that is the definition they are now trying to accept, which I'm against. And you know why they were trying to accept? They said, before you can kill 1,000 people, it means you deliberate. It was a deliberate thing. Riot cannot kill 1,000. And SARS, Ed Onga, we no go agree. Agberu fight. They cannot kill one. When 1,000 people, like when they die, then you know it's a deliberate, intentional. So war is intentional. It's not something you wake up and you just feel like killing. You plan it. It's intentional. It's deliberate. First World War, Germany had a plan. They supported Austria. They pushed Austria. It was deliberate. Second World War, Germany had a plan. Took Austria, took Czechoslovakia, took Poland. It was intentional. It was deliberate. Russo-Ukrainian war. Russia had a plan. Started as far back as 2014. Took Crimea. Then by 2022, deliberate. So it's intentional. That was why they used that word 1,000 casualty figure. Can I continue? So what is war? I mean, there are two definitions I respect. Then the third one is my own that I created. But those two, I respect them. The first one is by this wonderful guy called Walter Jones. Jones said, war is the use of violence. War is the use of violence by political units to achieve objective. War is the use of, that is the key to war. I think that is the only thing that involves the loss of human life, of all social unit. Now that definition is important. That definition is important, and I'll explain. I take the second one. Don't worry. He said, war is the use of violence again by political units. Yes. Use of violence, but the other one was social unit by political units to achieve objective to achieve political objective. Now, from those two definitions, all you get there is that violence is key. Violence is anything that causes bodily harm. Threat is not war. I'm going to slap you is not the same thing as you be slapped. I'll fail you is not the same thing as you failed. Threat is not war. Don't ever mix it up. Threat can never be war. Threat is an intention. Probably you've done it or you've not done it. There are two different things entirely. Sir, I'm going to fail you. It's a threat. I've not failed you. That is not war. When I fail you, there are two different things. Then you are now hearing war. So war is anything that inflicts bodily injury, that can kill. That is violence. Anything that can cause harm. That is what distinguishes war from every other human relationship. War is not diplomacy or that rubbish thing that they are talking about. No, it's violence. Clear, stark, naked violence. And by that definition, is a tool now used by, then again, this is where it gets interesting. I use the word political unit deliberately. I did not use state. If I had used state, then Ekiti war wouldn't have been called a war. They were not states. Now, people forgotten. And that was why you have to be careful when you use them. I did not use then Nigerian Biafran war wouldn't have been called a war. Biafra is not a state. We need a definition of what is all encompassing, and not the one that will pick some. They now say you can only address First World War. Anyone has to. No, war is war. There was violence. Nigerians died. If you had said it's something that can be waged by states, which is the kind of definition you would have had in mind, you would have failed. Then you wouldn't have covered Nigeria versus Boko Haram. Boko Haram is not a state, and yet we know we've been fighting them. We've been using drones to destroy them. So that was why those two guys used social unit or political unit. Ibadan, political unit. Ekiti, political unit. Ijesha, political unit. Kanem Bonu, political unit. Biafra, political unit. IPOB, political unit. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, they are all political units. So that is why we can conveniently say war on terror. That America is fighting terrorists. America is fighting ISIS. Can I continue? Violence, political unit. Now, a better definition is that war is the deliberate or planned, planned, systemic. That was why Hitler called it Blitzkrieg when he wanted to destroy Europe. Planned. That will take Poland, that will take France, that will take Belgium. One after it is deliberate, planned. Then I'll burn the Jews. Not that I were enslaved, I'll burn. That's why they call it Holocaust. So, deliberate, planned use of violence, not random, planned, but long-term violence. I'm going to be killing them in perpetuity. As I see them, I will exterminate them. You know how you target mosquito? The way you just follow the thing, small. Random would have been, but then you steer it, you target, you guide it to where you're, then you smack it together. And like I said, planned, deliberate use of violence. That is the key. It's intentional. You know, they said Israel has been committing war crime in Palestine, in killing the Palestinians. No, you don't know why they said, not just the random killing. You know, Israel is carrying out systemic killings with weapons. There's what they call cluster bomb. Normal bomb explodes when it touches the ground at least, or when there is a drop in temperature. That's normal. It comes into contact with a hard object. So when you are hiding behind, for example, a wall or a stone, or a building now, if the thing explodes there, you won't feel the effect. The bomb, the wall and stone and the rest of them will shield you. You know what Israel now did? There's this bomb the Americans created. They call it a cluster bomb. Cluster bomb will explode mid-air and release other smaller bomb. Yeah, so even you, God, that you are hiding behind that thing, you know, that thing will not get to the ground before it explodes. Before getting to the wall now, the thing will explode and drop other smaller bomb. So you are not covered. Mankind were evil. How somebody thought of that thing, I don't know. It was dynamite that started it. Then from dynamite, they graduated to grenade. Then from there, there are even weapons that we are not even aware of now, presently. The mankind has designed to kill themselves in warfare. So I said, planned and deliberate use of violence by political unit. Even in fact, I think I was the one who created political unit. They were using social unit. By political unit, to achieve political objective within the international political system. Confirm, true, where is it used? Within the international political system. That means it's a human relationship. Dogs don't operate within the international political system. Deliberate use of violence, planned systemic use of violence by political unit, Masub, Niger Delta Avengers, IPOB, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, you know, Boko Haram has political objective. Hope you are aware. It's not just religious, have you forgotten? To create an Islamic republic. Islamic state is political. ISIS has political objective to create a state. Palestinians that are killing the Israelis, have you forgotten? To create a Palestinian state. And that is why that thing is a tool and you use it to achieve. So it is not random. You don't go to war by mistake. It's a lie. You plan war and you have a reason and you have objective, and it is done within the international political system. Then again, unbelievably, war is a social relationship. It's a beautiful dance. You do yours, I'll do mine. You do yours, I'll do. It's a relationship. It's like toasting. I'll marry you, you marry me, you date me, you don't date me. It's a dance. Somebody will always get the upper hand. Unfortunately, it's what you call a dance of death. Exactly. It's a relationship now. It's a relationship like marriage between. It can only take place between humans, not animals. And that's why you call it a relationship. And that's why sometimes I say it's a beautiful business. You go to war because you expect to make profit. That is why you go. Russia went to Ukraine. Is it because they want to go and make loss? No, it's profit now. Territory, natural resources, access to water. And that's why I did. Hamas attacked Israel. It's the same thing. Profit, territory, my independence. Israel is doing the same thing to Hamas, to the Palestinians too. Territory, enlarge my territory. You won't have independence. Boko Haram attacked Nigeria. We forgotten. Territory, Adamawa, Yobe, Borno, our own independent. War is a business. In olden ancient days, now when they fought, then is what you call war booty. Yeah, if you watch Ga recently, all those ancient Yoruba films now, slaves, those are booty, the children, their goods, their cattle. their ship. And that is why you go to war. You don't go to war based on ideology. No, this stuff is a practical tool, and you use that thing to achieve an objective. And war can never go out of fashion because war is a business. Russia rested after the Cold War, was using diplomacy. She was gathering herself. When she became stronger, then she started. China too, that rested now, is now gearing up to fight over Taiwan. Do you know how strategic Taiwan is? Sorry, do you know why America and China are crazy about Taiwan? Not just America and China. Why European countries, everybody, they are crazy about Taiwan, that tiny island. You know why China is hell-bent on getting Taiwan? Taiwan is one country, the only country in the world that Taiwan has a key strategic resource that the world cannot do without. That is why that country is significant. Whoever controls that country controls the world's economy. Taiwan produces the best superconductor in the world. Without that thing, anything electronic cannot work. Anything electronic. Your smartphone, your smart car, your diesel, your that thing they call superconductor is Taiwan that produces them. They have the technology to produce that thing. Let me even shock you. Now, America is now trying to force them to establish manufacturing unit of that thing in America. It was Trump that even started that idea, that thing is a strategic product. That the way we are looking at this thing, China, why is it not better for them to have that thing in there? So they are forcing the Taiwanese now to send expert technicians to come to build that industry. Without superconductor, what you call semiconductor, all your gadgets will not work. So imagine that power in the hand of China. And that's why America is saying we will die here over this matter. That if you attack Taiwan, not because the Americans love the Taiwanese. I told you what is a business. It's not out of love. No. You don't allow such an important strategic resource to get into the hand of your enemy, or else you'll be blackmailed. Simple. That is the danger in that thing. Anything war is you get violence, whether it is Cold War, Warm War, or Kamatan War. As long as you have war, you will get violence in it. It's the degree of violence that will matter. They lied. Ekiti War was fought for 100 years, not 30. But because we were illiterate, we can't write. They were now shouting European War was the one that. No, they fought that thing for. But then you cannot compare the intensity of Ekiti War to the First World War or Second World War. But they are both war because they involved violence. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The two of them are. So you can now say one is small war and big war. It is still war. Civil war is war. You've forgotten? Civil war is war, but you cannot classify it to be the same as world war. But it is still, during the Nigerian Civil War, they didn't kill, they were drinking tea. Now, war has a nature. War has a nature. All wars are the same. All wars are the same. All wars in the world are the same. It's just that characteristics of the war are different. All war, from the beginning of time till now, are the same. And that statement is important. It's just the characteristics. See, when I say characteristics, that's the reason for the war that are different. Get this thing. Nature of war is basically the same. Nature of war is basically the same. All war, 30 years war, religious war, crusades, Second World War, the terror, war on terror, Somalia, Iranian war. All wars are they have the same nature. All war. They are the same. 1, 2. But they can now have different characteristics. They can be fought in different terrain, different local government area. They can use different weapons. But essentially, at its core, all wars are the same. Is it making any sense at all? All wars are the same. We are all human. We are all human. We all have the same nature as human. 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes. We are all humans. But we can have different characteristics. That does not make it to be nature. It has a nature. A fixed nature that runs through the centuries. The characteristics can be different. The Nigeria Civil War, the reason that caused it was not the same reason that caused the American Civil War. Remember, they had the Civil War in America, and they had the Civil War in Britain, Magna Carta, eventually. And the reason that caused the Nigerian Civil War is not the same reason, but remember, at the basic, those wars have the same nature. They were fought by humans, not dog, not cat, and not rat. They were fought by you. So the first nature of war is that war is usually a duel. It takes place between two. A duel. All wars it forms a duel. You cannot be fighting yourself. You must fight somebody. That's why they call it fight. Even people that play Mortal Kombat, I'm not referring to anybody. I mean, you are not fighting yourself. You are fighting a character. Yeah. So war is a duel from the beginning of centuries till now. It must always involve more than one. Russia, Ukraine, Nigeria, Boko Haram, South Sudan, Israel, Palestinians. War is a duel, is a relationship. That is its nature. That's why sometimes they call it a social interaction. So all wars have that. All war, small war, cold war, hot war, big war, warm war. Every war has that nature. Then two, importantly, war involves what we call a trinity, a triad. War involves a trinity. Every war in the world basically composed of that trinity. Every war, they call it a trinity. 3, not 2, not 1. Every war in the world has that nature. The first trinity is what they call the passion. The first is what they call the passion. Second is what they call the creative force. Passion. Second is what they call the creative force. So the first one is what we call the passion. Then the second one is what you call the creative force. And the third one is what you call direction. I think they have another name for that thing. I can't remember now. That is the trinity. Every war has those things. A duel and the trinity. The first one you call the passion are the people. People are passionate. They are irrational when it comes to war. Destroy one. Every war. You can't fight war alone now. People must be mobilized. It was a diktat. End of the First World War. They cheated Germany. Hitler came in 1933 and roused the people against Britain. France took our territory, Alsace-Lorraine. Poland took our territory, the Danzig corridor. You roused is the passion. This hunger something that we did in Nigeria is passion now. We have been power everywhere. They are ready to riot. That thing moves them. It is the same with war. America went to Vietnam 664 and ran in 75 based on passion. We should not allow communism to take over the world. It's a domino theory. We should check them wherever they were. People are passionate. When you destroy things, you are passionate about that destruction. Remember the NSAS, that first one. The passion with which people were burning BRT, then attacking police officers. So it's the same with war. It can be good, it can be bad, it does not matter. But it is the people. Every war from civilization has been that way. Can I continue? A leader alone cannot fight a war. Have you forgotten? And they have to give speeches now. And the speeches must align with the feelings of the people. The hunger thing resonated with Nigerians. The prices of tomato has come down and the other things and the rest of them. Two. I said the creative force, that is the military. That is the military. Yes, every war, whether you call them Omogun, Ajagun, Bashorun, Balogun, that is, every war involves this. That's the second one. Every war in the world, they can have different titles, but essentially you have the military arm to wage that war. That was why I say Omogun Balo, the third, the politics or the politician, the leader that gives the direction. They are the one who articulates the object. This is the reason why they control the force. This is the reason why you are waging war. That was why this hunger strike thing, remember, they said they have some leaders. They were the one giving direction to that thing. At a point, they said they should pay money to one account. Can you remember? Yeah, at a point, they were saying they should restrict that into 10 days. So they give direction to the foot soldiers. We converge at Gadifawa in a roundabout. That is where we are having this thing. Is it making any sense at all? It's the same with they said, politics always determine war. That third ones are the politicians. They are the one who, Vladimir Putin now, is not the one invading Ukraine. He told the military, they give direction. That is the third arm. That is the trinity. All war, all in the world, they have that nature without exception. War is a duel, number one. 2, then war is a trinity. Then finally, before I go quickly, basically, there are 3 types of war presently in the 21st century. Basically, there are 3 types of war in the 21st century. Now,